What up, everybody? How's it going? Let's see. Do we got the microphone on here? Good. Okay. Right now it's Wednesday, December 7th, evening, around 7:06 p.m. California time. Let's make sure that we are live first here. Are we live? No, not yet. Okay, let me refresh this page. Make sure that we are live. Okay. And then I'll start talking some more. Microphone on here? Good. Okay. Right now
All right, good.
it's Wednesday, December 7th, evening. All right. Okay, that's enough of my voice. So I was in the middle of um, prepping for my next new video reviews, and this popped up, and I was like, okay, I gotta discuss this real quick, um, because it's huge, and because number two, as you know, I'm a DC fan more than I am a Marvel fan. Marvel, I was always a late bloomer, but I grew up a DC fan. I grew up a fan of Superman. He's the greatest superhero in my book, and so this news really kind of like, woo, kind of knocked me off my feet. I was like, whoa, I did not expect this at all. And I'm sure the same goes for you guys. You're like, whoa, what's going on here? So let's dive into it, okay? We're gonna pick one outlet. There's a lot of outlets reporting this right now, but we're just gonna stick with Variety, the report from Variety here, and it says, I'm reading it off. Can you guys see it? Let's see, make sure that you guys can see it as well. Okay, you guys can see it. Okay, good. Could DC be hitting the reboot button? A sequel to 2020's Wonder Woman 1984 from director Patty Jenkins is not moving forward at WB. Again, it's not moving forward. Let's pause. That's huge because ever since Wonder Woman 1984 came out 2 years ago in 2020, there had been plans for a third installment with Patty Jenkins again, with Gal Gadot again, of course. And over these past 2 years, we've been hearing that the script is being worked on, or like at least they're planning on the story and whatnot. They're mapping out what the third movie is gonna be. So for all that preparing to just go down the drain like this, that's insane. Holy smokes! Um, and the fact that it's not gonna be a trilogy, the fact that it's gonna be just two movies and that's it. Now you could argue like, well, Rama, maybe they're just not doing it right now, but they're gonna do it down the line, sometime down the line, the near future. Wonder Woman 3 maybe not may not be happening right now. But it seems like from the sound of this article, it's not happening at all. Like they just like decided to just, you know what, we're gonna go in a different direction. Um, And as the article, let's read some more here. As new DC Studios chiefs James Gunn and Pete Safran prepare to unveil their strategy next week for the future of DC adaptations for Warner Brothers Discovery, CEO David Zaslav. And you already heard my long rant about David Zaslav. I'm not a fan of David. He's a corporate tool. But remember, James Gunn and Peter Safran are a team. They are both co-heads of the newly formed DC Studios, and they're gonna try to emulate the success of Marvel. I don't know if DCEU is gonna have phases like Marvel of Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3. We don't know, but they want to be able to compete with Marvel. At least that's my understanding of what David Zaslav wants out of these guys. Hey, you know, let's make DCEU something like Marvel, like something that you can map out the whole universe out of, and then make it like a long-term plan sort of a deal, instead of going, just movie by movie by movie by movie. So, am I happy that James Gunn and Pete Safran are on the steering wheel? At this point, I'm not object to it. Like I'm not like James Gunn is doing the creative end of the deal, and Pete Safran is doing the business end of the deal, and I think that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool partnership. Um, but now with this decision of Wonder Woman 3 not happening, and then we're going to discuss what Man of Steel 2 may not be happening, part of me is like, oh, getting nervous, getting nervous. What are you planning here, James and Peter? Like, I thought you're gonna make us DC fans happy, and I'm not exactly happy at the moment. So let's read some more. Only Gunn and Safran know for sure what they'll be saying to Zaslav. By the way, next week is when they're gonna unveil it. So stay tuned. I'll be doing another live stream when they when that strategy gets unveiled next week. I'll definitely share it with you guys. But the presentation has the potential to mark a critical inflection point for the company, with the very real possibility that the cinematic universe created by filmmaker Zack Snyder would reach a definitive end. Would reach a definitive end following the premiere of Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom in December 2023. So basically, they said we're gonna put an end to Zack Snyder's DCEU. Whoa. And if you have been following on Twitter, the hashtag restore Zack Snyder DCEU, has been trending like on and off for quite some time. Those fans, those DC fans that want to hashtag restore Zack Snyder DCEU are not going to be happy with this. As for me, I guess I'm more surprised than I am disappointed or sad or angry. Right now, I'm just like in disbelief, if you will. Okay, so you're gonna put an end to something that a lot of fans like? That's a ballsy move. That's a really, really ballsy move. I thought this is, I guess this is naive me. I thought James Gunn was gonna, call Zack Snyder. Hey, I'm the head of DC Studios now, the creative side. So how about it, Zack? You want to come back? You want to finish your stuff? You want to, you want to complete your shit? With us? I thought that was good. I thought that was what's gonna happen, man. So this article kind of blindsided me. Really, I was gullible the whole time. I was like, oh my god, they're really gonna end, or they're gonna cut off, or they're gonna put an end to Zack Snyder's DCEU after Aquaman sequel. That's it. That's crazy. That's big. I'll get to the comments. I see you, Booty. I see you. According to Studio Insider, after Jenkins submitted a treatment for a third Wonder Woman, Patty Jenkins, she was informed by studio leadership that it did not mesh with Gunn and Safran's emerging plans for the DC Universe, and the studio would not make the project. Wow. So Patty Jenkins was working on the draft for Wonder Woman 3. She's working on a third draft of the treatment it's not even like a full script, and she came to the studio and is like, hey, you know what? Oh, sorry, this is not what we're envisioning moving forward. Ouch, ouch. Is that how you treat the director who gave you 2 big Wonder Woman movies? I don't know, man. That is crazy to me. That is crazy. Curiously, on Monday, Wonder Woman star Gal Gadot posted on social media that she was so grateful for the opportunity to play such an incredible, iconic character, and that she can't wait to share her next chapter with you, sparking widespread speculation as to what that next chapter would be. I'm guessing that next chapter is Wonder Woman 3, but now that it's not happening, maybe she's staying silent. She's not posting anything. She's not expressing her disappointment, because that would be news if she posted anything about this. That's gonna contradict James Gunn and Peter Safran, and that's gonna be a whole drama, and I'm sure she doesn't want to create a drama. But yeah, this is massive. What is what's going on in my head is like, I'm wondering what is going on in Gunn and Safran's heads. Like, why did they not want Wonder Woman 3 to mesh with their plan? Like, can't they work something out, with whatever they're envisioning? Can they? I love that they are in charge. I love that they have ambitious big plans for DC movies, and I hope that they would make movies off of obscure DC characters, because Marvel has that talking raccoon. DC got like thousands of freaking characters, man. It doesn't have to always go back to Batman again and again, Batman again, Batman again, Batman again, Batman again, over and over. So if and James Gunn is the one who brought us the talking raccoon. So I'm sure that's, he wants to expand DC into more characters, and that's fine. I love that. But to exclude Wonder Woman 3, that's insane. That's crazy. Not to have this be a trilogy, that's massive. A representative for Warner Brothers declined to comment, and a representative for Jenkins did not respond to a request for comment. And here you go. Here's the next one. Man of Steel star Henry Cavill also recently teased that he was set to reprise his performance as Superman after his brief appearance in the post-credit scene of Black Adam opposite Dwayne Johnson. But now both Cavill and Johnson's future with DC is an open question. Wow, suggesting that the new DC Studios plan could kill any potential Man of Steel sequel, while the prospects of another installment of Black Adam have been harmed by the shaky financial returns at the box office. Yes. If you have been following Dwayne Johnson's Twitter thread, or Twitter account, I should say, he has been posting numbers, boasting, if you will, bragging about, oh my God, Black Adam has made this amount of money, globally, or this amount of money domestically, or this amount of money opening in this market and whatnot. At first, when I saw that, I was like, okay, that's, that sounds normal. Like any actor would brag about their box office numbers, right? If you were a star of a big tentpole movie like this. But it sounds like now with this article, maybe I'm speculating here. Maybe Dwayne Johnson is posting all these numbers on his Twitter account to, he's speaking to two audiences, not just us, but also DC Studios. Through his tweet, he's speaking to two audiences like, hey, come on, guys, don't kill prospects for Black Adam sequel. See, we're making money. We're making money. I'm posting all these, slowly but surely, but apparently it's not enough. Whatever the number, the projected number that the DC Studios wanted to have for Black Adam, it seems like it's not meeting their expectations, and now it's hurting the prospects of another Black Adam movie, and that sucks because I like Black Adam. I know a lot of people didn't like it. I like Black Adam. I thought that was a pretty cool superhero movie, but money talks. At the end of the day, money talks, and you can't. As much as Dwayne Johnson wants to kind of manipulate, and I say that in a good way, the numbers, you can only do so much. At the end of the day, if it doesn't meet their projected expectations, it doesn't meet their projected expectations. And studios make their decisions based on numbers. Whether to greenlight a project, whether to greenlight a sequel. They may say, oh my God, we love that movie, Black Adam. Black Adam may be well received by critics and fans alike, but if it doesn't meet the numbers, no greenlighting of the sequel. It's just business, nothing personal, Dwayne Johnson. So that's mostly the reason for Black Adam. It doesn't say the reason for the Man of Steel sequel, for the reason why they're not moving forward with Man of Steel sequel. I feel so terrible for Henry Cavill, man, because Henry Cavill, made that video on Instagram. You can tell he was so excited about coming back as Superman. It's like, oh my God, and he left he left The Witcher for this, man. He left his post, Geralt role for this. He's coming. It's like, oh my God, I'm coming back as Superman. This is amazing. Hey, Liam Hemsworth, you can have The Witcher. Okay, bye. And now this happens. Oh, that sucks for Henry Cavill, man. Hopefully they could make, I don't know, the man from Uncle 2 or some other franchise for him, because now it's like, oh man, Superman 2 or Man of Steel 2 is not happening. He's homeless basically at the DCEU. Oh man, am I disappointed? Yes, I'm disappointed. Of course, as I mentioned many times, my favorite Superman is Christopher Reeve. Henry Cavill is not even top 3. But I like Henry Cavill. I got nothing against him. I think he has the physique of Superman, and Man of Steel. I remember watching it for the first time in 2013. I was like, oh my god, Superman is back. I First time watching it, I was over the moon about it. I thought it was the greatest thing that year. But watching it the second time or the third time, you notice flaws in that movie. You notice its weaknesses, and of course, Superman killing Zod, kind of bugs you as like or bothers you. And it's like, okay, this Man of Steel was not a perfect movie. In many respects, it was good, but it's not perfect. It was not a perfect Superman movie. So I thought that okay, maybe we could have Man of Steel 2, a sequel that could learn from those mistakes and be better. Especially it's been what 10 years. Um, so that's what I thought. Naively thought it's like okay, maybe we could fix this in Man of Steel 2 and make it better. Some sequels are better out there. Better than its predecessor, like Avatar: The Way of Water. I saw it recently. It was a much better movie than the first Avatar. So I was like, what? Let's give it a chance. But now that chance is not going to happen because James Gunn and Peter Safran is like, nope, nope, this is not what we have in mind moving forward. Oh man, that blows. That really, really blows, man. Holy crap. Um, all right, let's get to the comments here. There's booties, most of it. Things are looking bad now that Black Adam's box office isn't what they expected. Let's wait for a week to see. Wonder Woman 1984 was so bad. The first movie started off great but got worse. Yeah, I was not a fan of Wonder Woman 1984 either. All DC movies at the time has that shot in the warehouse chick until that CGI vomit of a finale. Elijah Abraham says, does that mean Ezra Miller is done as Flash? You know what? We're going to get to this paragraph right here, but I'm speculating that the answer would be yes. If James Gunn and Peter Safran's plan is to put an end to Zack Snyder's DCEU by the time Aquaman 2 comes out, then the answer to your question is yes, because the Flash sequel comes out before Aquaman sequel, I believe. So that's it. That's the nail in the coffin. After Aquaman 2, there will not be a continuation of Zack Snyder's DCEU, meaning possibly we're not gonna see Ezra Miller as the Flash, or Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, or Henry Cavill as Superman. I don't know which other characters that James Gunn is planning to bring to the screen. I'm all open for that, but simultaneously putting a stop to the big guys, the Justice League guys, that's a ballsy move. Like I said, I don't know if it's gonna fare well with the fans. If he wants to take DC movies to a new direction by bringing new DC characters to the screen, that's fine. But don't shut out the big boys. You can do both. You can include them. Have a crossover of some sort, right? But it sounds like they're putting an end to it. Yeah, that's what it says. I don't know if there's ever going to be a chance in the near future that Henry Cavill or Gal Gadot or Ezra Miller will be brought back. But as of now, this article suggesting that get ready, guys. This will be the last time we'll see of these guys. So the Flash tested through the roof, though. Elijah Abraham, but with all the allegations, how can you keep them in the role after the movie? Yeah. Ezra Miller. I'm gonna say if the Flash 2 is. I'm sorry. Did I keep saying the Flash 2? I'm sorry. The Flash movie. If the Flash movie does well, it's not gonna matter. Ezra Miller, I think NWB are parting ways anyway after the Flash. So if the Flash 2 is happening, I think it's gonna be with a different actor. But now, I don't think the Flash 2 is even ever happening at all because again, James Gunn is going in a different direction. Again, at the risk of sounding like a broken record, DCEU is dead, basically. Zack Snyder's DCEU is dead. James Gunn is not having Zack Snyder back. He's not calling Zach, hey, come back. No, that's not happening. So whatever hope or anticipation we have for Gal Gadot and Henry Cavill or Ezra or whatever to have their continuation or Jason Momoa, let's squash. We got to squash that hope and expectation. It's not going to happen. You know, that's what this article is telling you. Woody Gunan heard good things about Shazam 2, Aquaman 2, The Flash, so it's a shame that they won out on Black Adam, which despite The Rock is the weakest of one of them all. Quality-wise, Mass Effect for Henry Cavill. Mass Effect movie, that's not a bad idea. Since he's the king of the nerds. Yeah, Henry Cavill is a PC guy, as you all know. Joker 2, Batman's still on the table. Well, Buddy, that's not DCEU. That's not Zack Snyder's movies. That's a standalone spin-off. You know, like the Joker with Joaquin Phoenix is in the 70s. You know, and then Robert Pattinson Batman is in his formative years. You know, not middle age. He's not Ben Affleck. So it's a separate thing. I get it. They're still happening, which is good. But they are seen more like as more like a spin-off standalone, you know, not part of the quote-unquote universe. So that's the difference. Elijah Abraham, my concern is that Gunn will only do unknown characters. The movies might not do well because the general audience might not know anything about the character and might not be interested. That's a fair concern. That's a valid concern. But my counter argument is that I did not know about the talking raccoon. Rocket, unless you're a hardcore Marvel fan, which I was not. I was like, what is this talking raccoon about? Psh, this is stupid. A tree saying Groot all the time. How's it gonna play out, man? This is gonna be the silliest movie of them all. And guess what? I like Guardians of the Galaxy. I like that franchise. So James Gunn, especially, have you seen the Suicide Squad sequel last year? Directed by James Gunn, he brought in some of the obscure DC characters as well, and one of them, Peacemaker, gets his own TV series. So James Gunn has a knack for highlighting some of these other characters and make them shine. He has a habit and he has a skill and talent for making some of these little characters become big characters, stars in their own right. You may not like James Gunn's way of storytelling, but you have to admit he has a good track record of doing that, and making little characters turning them into big characters. So that's my counter argument to you, Elijah. If you've seen the Suicide Squad, if you've seen the Peacemaker series, which is fantastic, I love the Peacemaker series. So yeah, I think James Gunn can do that with DC, what he did with Marvel and the Suicide Squad. But again, why does it have to be at the expense of the big boys? Aquaman, Superman, Wonder Woman. They could have their continuation. We can still have Man of Steel 2. We can still have Wonder Woman. Why do you gotta we're gonna focus on the other characters, and then we're not gonna focus on you guys? No, we can do both. Why not do both? I guess that's my reaction to all this. Okay, so the next paragraph. At the heart of it is the deeply fraught history of what fans have dubbed the Snyderverse, the series of DC adaptations launched with Man of Steel that cast Cavill, Gadot, Aquaman star Jason Momoa, and The Flash star Ezra Miller as Earth's mightiest heroes. From the start, Snyder's morally gray and visually gritty approach proved divisive with DC fans and general audiences alike. Some loved it, others hated it. But while Snyder effectively exited the DC universe after 2017's Justice League, only returning for 2021's recut Zack Snyder's Justice League after a relentless online campaign, most of the actors Snyder cast remain in their own individual franchises. Okay, so this paragraph is digging up old stuff again about Ray Fisher versus Warner Brothers, and then Ezra Miller's behavior. So we don't have to rehash this. Okay, last paragraph. There is still every chance that Cavill Gal Gadot, Momoa, and Johnson could return to the DC fold in one way or another. They are enormously popular stars with global appeal who all seem eager to suit up again. Only Gunn and Safran know for sure, however, whether they'll get the call. So yeah, I guess what's the term here? Indefinitely discontinued. Can we use that? Can we use that? I guess we can. You can. Yeah, we can use that. I guess we can say that Zack Snyder's DC universe has been indefinitely discontinued, meaning they're stopping these guys right now. They're putting it on the shelf right now. They're putting them on the shelf. We're moving in this other direction. We're making these movies based on other DC characters first, and maybe someday, whenever that is, we're gonna ring up Cavill, Gadot, Momo, and Johnson. Hey guys, you want to come back? So that's what this last paragraph seems to suggest. We're gonna indefinitely discontinue Zack Snyder's DCEU, and maybe someday we can bring them back somehow. I guess that kind of gives me a glimmer of hope, if you will, or maybe I'm not feeling as bad about this news as I did a minute ago. uh, if they do keep the door open for these guys to come back, but still though, wow, this is massive news. Massive news. I guess if you want to talk about hope, I'm hoping that whatever this new direction that James Gunn and Peter Safran are taking, hopefully it pays off. All right, we're gonna see it, the details next week when they announce it. So definitely we're gonna come back to discuss that. The article says they're gonna unveil the plan next week to WB Discovery CEO David Zaslav, and of course the whole world will know it as well. So we'll see. We'll see if it's good or if it's bad. We'll see if it's the DC characters that we like or we don't like, or maybe we don't know about. But it's gonna be really, really interesting to see. Okay, so I gotta get back to editing my video reviews. Let me get to your comments real quick before I end this video. Elijah Abraham, but Marvel has a better track record. They do. No one argues that. Daniel's Hot Topics. Hi Rama, how are you? I heard that Wonder Woman 3 is dead. This sucks. That's what we're discussing right now, Daniel. Glad to have you on board, though. Budi Gunao and James Gunn probably will do another squad-based movies like DC version of the X-Men. That's a good idea. That's actually not a bad speculation on your part, Budi Gunao. Not a bad theory. That might be it. That might just be it. We'll see. We'll definitely see. Daniel's Hot Topics. I hear they are even getting rid of Michael Keaton and just will get into DCEU. Well, Michael Keaton will show up in the Flash movie. The Flash movie will still show up. Will still be happening next year. At least, nothing changes about that. So we're going to see Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck in that movie. I don't know what you mean by getting rid of. If you're thinking about the next installment, then yeah, there's no plan for the next installment with Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton as Batman right now returning only for Batgirl, which got shelved. We're never going to see Batgirl, unfortunately. And he's returning for the Flash movie. So that's what it is right now. Elijah Abraham, I get that, but the box office-wise, Suicide Squad did not do well box office. I love those things too, but I believe Gunn has to gain some trust back with the general audience, and that will take time. Okay, fair enough. Good point on your part, Elijah. Definitely, to your point, James Gunn definitely has a lot to prove to DC fans. This decision right now, this decision to kill Wonder Woman 3 and to kill Man of Steel 2 and to kill Black Adam sequel, that's not gonna bode well with the fans. So he's gonna have to do a lot by next week with the plan. He's gonna have to do a lot to win those fans over. To actually convince us, hey guys, I know you you're bummed out about Wonder Woman 3 not happening, or Man of Steel 2 not happening, or Black Adam 2 not happening. But hey, we got this. So whatever this is has to be really appealing in order to actually win us over. Budi Gunawan, yeah, let's see if their plan backfires and fans reject it. Yes, let's see. We'll see next week. Daniel's hot topics. Please don't get rid of Michael Keaton. Okay. Grace Randolph said that Keaton was going to be Batman for the new DCU. Then I heard that Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton will both be in DCU. Grace Randolph. I'll take Grace Randolph's stuff with a grain of salt. I don't want to make this a Grace Randolph rant, but I don't like how she talks shit about filmmakers publicly on Twitter. Lies about them. You know what I'm saying? About the Birds of Prey director, about James Gunn. She lied about James Gunn. It's like, come on, what the hell, dude? I know you want to do it for the clicks and the views, but it makes you look like an asshole, Grace. So anyway, so yeah, I take whatever Grace says with a grain of salt. So that's it. That's my update about this update on DCEU. This is massive. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'm gonna go back to editing my video review now. Expect some new stuff coming from me this week. Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Budi, Elijah, and Dan for chatting with me. Subscribe. Let's rock this.